Hello, welcome back to the Love Fix. This is video number 9. I've been receiving a lot of emails and a lot of questions have been coming through, and the biggest one that's coming up is how do I get over my ex? How do I get over the breakup? So I'm gonna just get straight into it, but before I do, if you've been enjoying the content, please hit subscribe and like, it would really help me out. And if you do need personalized advice, please feel free to email me at lovefix20@gmail.com. So, how do you get over your ex? How do you get over the breakup? Now, there's already a lot of good information out there on this subject, and I'd say the two best people with this advice out there is Rory from the Love Chat and the Dating Guy. Now, full transparency, I don't think I can really improve on what they've already said. And a lot of what I do say here today will be copy and pasting, really. And a lot of the credit goes to their channels for what I'm about to say. However, I could direct you to their YouTube channels, but I'm trying to promote my own channel and you guys want to hear from me, and this is the biggest one that comes up so far. How do I get over my ex? Now, there's no one way of doing this. Everyone's different, everyone's got a different healing process, everyone's going to take a different amount of time to heal. But there are things you can do to help the healing process, and let's be very clear, this is not to get you to move on quickly, this is to get you to move on properly. So try not to move on as rapidly as you can. You're going to need to sit there some days and feel your feelings. So my first tip, number 1, it will take time. This is the one thing nobody wants to hear, but it will take time. And I'll give you a good example. I am 8 months removed from my breakup. I've dealt with most of it. I still think about my ex, and I still think about my non-biological daughter. There are days it gets to me. Now, those days are now few and far between, but they still get to me. Some mornings I wake up and I think about them. Maybe I had a bad dream about them. So it will take time. Healing does not have a timetable. If you receive a bad physical injury and the doctor says, okay, look, we can operate, but it's going to take you 2 years for the pain to go away or for you to get full movement back, then you accept it. You accept that it's going to take 2 years, it's going to be a long road, and it's going to be a lot of recovery and a lot of physiotherapy. So there's going to be a lot of mental therapy that you need to do. Number 2, exercise. Now, if you don't like the gym, as many of you would say that you don't, find an activity that you like doing. Now, it's COVID season. If you're in the UK, where I am, everything's massively locked down right now. We're on a full lockdown, so it's very difficult to get out. But you are allowed to go for a walk for 1 hour every day. You can do some exercise at home. You can even dance around in your underwear if you want. Just get moving. It will massively help you, and exercise is the best antidepressant. Don't get me wrong, if you feel depressed, that's okay. If you feel like you can't get out of bed that day, it's okay. Sit with that feeling. If you're having a bad day, sit with it. Let it come out. But try not to linger for too long, and get moving. You will feel so much better for it. Number 3, take up a new hobby, preferably a hobby where you have to leave the house and go to a location and interact with new people. Now, that may sound a little bit redundant because it is COVID season and that is impossible to do right now. However, COVID won't last forever, so start planning. Start planning what you would like to do. Now, this can be anything. For me personally, it was getting back into music, and it was the best decision that I ever made. I signed up to music classes a few weeks after I finished with my ex, or rather when my ex finished with me. And I was en route to the music class and I almost cancelled 4 times. I was having massive anxiety. I don't want to meet new people. I'm quite socially awkward, but I pushed myself to do it, and it's the best thing that I've ever done. In terms of my healing, I am now better at the drums. I'm not a hardcore rocker or anything, but I can play a song now. I can play a couple of songs. I've met some awesome people, and they've really enriched my life. So there's a lot to be done, a lot to be said for that. So choose something that you've always been putting off. Number 4, talk to someone. You can talk to me. You can email me for a coaching session. Talk to your friends. Talk to a therapist. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your family. It will massively help you. A problem shared is a problem halved. Sometimes we just need someone to listen, and that's okay. You can find a healing buddy and talk to them. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say to a friend or to a family, say, hey, I'm hurting right now. I'm not dealing with this very well. I need you to stop me from contacting my ex. Because when I think about my ex, I go through an anxiety spiral, and all I want to do is contact my ex. It's okay to think that way. It's okay to feel that way. Just don't do it. Number 5, keep a journal. This is something I started doing during my last breakup, or should we say my current breakup, because that is the last breakup, even though it was 8 months ago. But keeping a journal is so helpful. Now, a lot of people I've suggested this to have laughed it off. And to be honest, when I was first told about it, I thought, what the hell can that do? But what it can do, it stops you from sending your thoughts to your ex. And I even voice record on my phone. I find that very helpful. I voice record, I go away for an hour, I come back and I listen to it. And sometimes I listen to it back and it's like, wow, that actually sounded a little bit silly, because an hour ago I was in this anxiety spiral and now I'm feeling much better just because I put my thoughts down. I've gone away. I've done something productive. I've come back. I'm no longer in that anxiety spiral. I was like, wow, imagine what would have happened if I actually sent that to my ex. I would have felt like a right doofus. So get a journal going. Write it. Speak it. YouTube it. You can even keep it on YouTube. It may benefit somebody else one day. You never know. I promise you, you're going to be okay. You will be fine. These are just 5 little tips that can help you move on correctly, not quickly. That's all I have for today. If this has been helpful, I would appreciate it if you hit subscribe and hit me a like. It would greatly help out the channel and get this information out to other people. If you do need my help, you can email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com. Until then, I will see you on the other side.